Am I live? I think I'm live. Now I'm live. Anon, what's up? Joining the party. I see you, Robert Griffin, and my man Charlie Rock was up there somewhere. Good to see you guys in the chat this morning. Thank you for coming by. We're going to have a lovely, lovely, lovely chat today about Thailand tourism and the good old saying, if you build it, they will come. I'm going to pitch some ideas to you. I'm going to talk to you. Good morning, Gotta Love Thailand. I'm going to talk about some things that have been pitched around from person to person. Good morning, Mr. Freedom Roger McGee. I know you are. I love your Facebook post, man. Roger put out a Facebook post that said, if you're one of those people that don't like to see a lot of pictures and video from a guy having the time of his life, you might want to unfriend me. And he's been putting them out, man. Autumn in Asia, good to see you, brother. Good to see you. Good to see you. A couple of announcements real quick before we get started and do a deep dive into this thing. I think it's going to be awesome. Anons and Cha'am, I saw your some of your festivities as well. That looked like you were having a great time. Andrew, good morning from your last day of Q in Pattaya. Good for you, bud. I'm excited for you. Roger's out, Anon's out, and you will be out tomorrow. That is awesome, man. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Ty Guy Bride, good morning. It's good to see so many regulars in the house this morning. I do have an announcement to make. Jimmy Jones, hope you're doing well, JC. I still have a big head. I hear you, bro. I'm going to be working on a couple videos over the weekend. One of them will be channel members only, and it will be from the photo section and from some of the slow-mo video I took, some behind the scenes of the photo shoot that I did last weekend. I'm going to be working on that today. So if you are not a channel member, you should be. It's very inexpensive. It's $2.99 a month. All you got to do is hit the join button below, or somebody can throw up the channel link, the channel membership link. Good morning, Gregory. Good to see you, man. Brooklyn is in the house. And you will be able to see those. You'll be able to see those videos that I can't necessarily put on YouTube. So there's also going to be other information there. Finally going to get the chance to travel, I think, next weekend to a place I haven't been before. So I'm super excited about that. Super excited. And I'm going to leave that as a mystery until I get back. I think you guys will be happy. Sorry, got some email stuff going on here. Let's see what's happening. What's happening? For some reason, the Pattaya News and the TPN did not put out a notice this morning, which I was looking forward to because usually that's where I get most of my stuff from. So instead, today we're going to go to Thaibisa and see what's happening over there. Now, I've got a bunch of news to share with you. This is going to be a good, solid, at least an hour's worth of live stream here. But I'll remind you throughout the video, if you're not a channel member, you should definitely do it because we're going to be seeing some things over on the membership part that do not violate YouTube's terms of service, but they can't be shown for monetization purposes. Also, probably the third Sunday of the month is looking like when I'm going to do members only live stream. So we had one good, successful members only live stream a few weeks ago, and it was great. We had a good time. So I encourage you guys to join. And those members only live streams, by the way, I could literally pop those up at any time I want to during the week and just give you guys a brief notice on it. If you can make it, you can make it. If not, you can always watch the replay. They're not monetized, so you don't have to worry about ads or anything like that. Let's catch some comments before we get into the good stuff this morning. Let's see here. Anon says, pro tip, don't try to match drink for drink with Germans. Yes, that's a bad idea. Buddy Trip, what's up? Coming to Thailand. Bali screws me up. Oh, that doesn't sound good. Gregory says, tickets on deck for first week of September for Bangkok, then Bangkok, the shuttle to Pattaya. Hope Pattaya is up and running by then, brother. I really do. I think it will be. Pattaya and so let me tell you what's happening in the tourism world real quick. Hey, Mitchell, good to see you, bud. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. So, some businessmen, this is essentially what's happened in Phuket. And I'm paraphrasing here. If I get a detail wrong, I apologize. But this is, for the most part, exactly what's, well, not exactly, but this is what's going on. Some businessmen in Phuket, in case you don't know, Phuket is dead right now, and it is one of the top tourist attractions in the world for vacationers, tourists, people that like to travel. Pattaya and Phuket are two of the biggest cities, probably some of the most well-known cities in the world. So in Phuket, what they decided to do was the groups of businesses over there, they've gotten as many people as they can, and they're going to try to buy the magic shot. Okay. And I say the magic shot not to demean what it actually is, but so that we don't make YouTube mad. Okay. So they're going to try to buy a lot of the magic shot and get the Thai residents on the island some type of herd immunity. So it's a good plan. There's some holes in it, but it's also something that will do it's something that will do some good. And it's also something to show just how bad the tourism economy is hurting over here in Thailand. I mean, these people are willing to take it upon themselves to buy the magic shot to bring onto the island. They want their island back. They want their spot back. That's something I felt that is super important. You can read about that in various articles. I know the Tiger has an article on it, and you can read about that. Super awesome. I believe, I think, long time no talk. Good to see you still on YouTube and doing well. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. Are you experienced? So the sexy plan, thoughts? Zero hell. For those that don't know, the sexy plan has nothing to do with being sexy. It's an acronym, and I think Thailand is going to implement whatever they want to implement. That's my thoughts on it, brother. I'm not trying to shoot you down. I'm glad you're here. I hadn't seen you in a while, so glad you're here. Are you experienced? Gregory, thank you so much for the $2 super chat. I really appreciate that, brother. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Any and all contributions help, especially with the trip coming up next week. I'm definitely looking forward to that and bringing you guys some new travel content, which I think is going to be very beneficial for the channel once again. I'll get into the acronyms and all that stuff about the sexy plan. Maybe we'll do a video on that tomorrow. Our experience. For those of you that are new here, we have live streams at 9 a.m. Bangkok time on Saturdays and usually on Sundays as well. And as of right now, I'm planning on doing a 9 a.m. live stream tomorrow. So maybe we'll do a breakdown of the sexy plan. That doesn't sound like a bad idea. Tim says, which magic shot are they buying? Because there are 3 different types. Yeah, I think there's 4 now. Johnson Johnson just sent, well, it's not approved yet. I don't think they sent their paperwork or whatever to the FDA. I'm not sure. Tim is the answer. I did not. They have not. The article I read did not provide that information, so I do not know. Buddy Trip says a rose by any other name. Martin, good to see you, Martin. The biggest hole in the plan is probably the. I'll leave that one alone. Are you back in North Carolina, Thailand? I am still in Thailand. Lyle says, Trip, yeah, we got a 3-day weekend next weekend. So I'm going to take a little trip here in Thailand and go to a place I've never been before. And it's going to be awesome because I'm also going with a friend, and that's going to make it more awesome. I might be going with more than one friend. So I'm really looking forward to it. Somewhere that I've wanted to go for a long time. Our experience Thailand got upset at I'm not sure what that means. The STV thought so introduced their sexy. Yeah, it's a secret, Ross. It's a secret because I don't want people knowing that where I'm going or who I'm going with. I think it'd be more fun to just have a live stream from the place. Wouldn't you think so? Yeah, the STB didn't work. The special tourist visa is basically dead. They're not using that anymore. There's been no significant. There's really been nothing significant that has brought tourism into Thailand recently. They tried the 45-day visa, which you got to commend the Thai government on trying. Gregory, I'm not sure if I thanked you for that super chat or not, but I really appreciate that, bro. I really appreciate that. So they've tried. They tried the STV visa. Just not working. There's a couple reasons for that. One of which is you still got to do the 14-day queue. The other is you got to pay for I believe you had to pay for the whole thing, all up front, or at least one of the 90 days you had to pay for all up front. Integrity Legal did a video on this, and they basically said, it's one of those situations where it's like, at the end of your 9 months, you can't convert to another visa. Like if you're here on a regular tourist visa and you want to go to work or something and you want to convert to a non-B, well, then you can go out of the country, convert to a non-B and come back. Or if you're here and you want to extend your tourist visa, you can do that. You can do that in country, but with the STV, like the old saying goes, you ain't got to go home, but you got to get out here. So they make sure that you go after 9 months. And there's a lot of other nuances. Ross says, not until people have had their magic shots will things get better. We know. When ASQ is no longer around, tourism pick up again. And that's the whole bottom line. Thank you again, Ross, for ruining my entire live stream. That's the basic, the fundamental requirement that's going to have to happen. And these people in Phuket, these business owners that are talking about doing this, are talking about eliminating the queue, and they're saying you can come to our island with no queue. Our experience says Thailand was upset at the ridicule the STV brought, so they introduced the sexy primarily for the acronym. Yeah. It's just an acronym, guys. That has nothing to do with any kind of nightlife or anything like that. Tim says it's simple. Stop the. I can't. No comment on that, but I think Ross commented. Our experience has come to Thailand on the safety program, get an STV. Ha. Yeah, I don't think that get an. Oh, you mean get a S? Yeah, I got it. It took a minute. Yeah, Tim, it's frustrating, man. It's frustrating. Be a little bit careful about what you say. We don't want to say too much negativity here. But yeah, it's frustrating, and I understand why it's frustrating to people. And I'm glad I'm here. I can tell you that. Ross says it's really that simple. Thailand will be giving magic shots to hotel and restaurant workers first. My wife got a letter from the government this week about it. That's good. Gregory says so bars are all open or at certain capacity. Right now, they have opened up most bars that were in the controlled zones that are now in the orange level control zones. But the bars are open to the best of my knowledge. Our experience says bars are open. And I'd say he's being summoned. Okay. Hey, Craig. Love you, man. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you, bro. Um, uh, yeah. So the bars are open, but they're still closing around 11 p.m. I think. In some places. Ross says everything's open around him, which is good news because he's in Rayong, which had a lot of issues a few weeks ago. I want to talk about the Tourism Authority of Thailand to press for charges next week. Oh, that's good. Even those are open. That's really good. 11 p.m. in Pats. Yep. Our flights to and from the States even scheduled currently. Yep. You can get here from the States. Roger did. I believe Anon did too. You can get here from the States, but when you get here, it's a timing process. Talk to those guys about it. They're much, much more up to date on what the program says. Tim says, I will watch myself on here, but not want to get kicked out of country before I even get there. Don't get your name on a watch list, Tim. Be careful. The Tourism Authority of Thailand will call on police to file charges against those accused of defrauding the Rao Teo Dwai Can. The We Travel Together tourism stimulus package next week, says National Police Chief, than his name. This is from the Bangkok Post. He said more fraudsters were still being identified, and so far at least 800 hotels and shops across a number of provinces were being suspected of being complicit in the fraud. Division investigators looking into fraud cases at 55 hotels in these provinces alone, according to the police source. So 50 suspects working at these hotels have been arrested, and the CSD is preparing charges against the individuals who worked together to make false claims. One case in Chayapum, allegedly involved about 9,000 accomplices who use social media to defraud people. On Thursday, the police general said that the TAT Tourism Authority was preparing evidence to be presented to the CSD next week. The agency will also seek the prosecution of fraudsters and their accomplices. Those targeted are hotel fraudsters and the scheme beneficiaries who knowingly colluded in exploiting the co-payment scheme subsidies. Participants in the scheme pay only 60% of normal hotel room rates, with the government responsible for the rest. Tourists also receive an e-voucher for spending valued at 600 baht from Friday to Sunday and 900 baht from Monday to Thursday. The government also helps pay 40% of the price of the air tickets, and that's up to 3,000 baht per person. Police said many people were paid to sign up for the scheme so cheaters could take full advantage of the process. So in other words, they had a bunch of people coming in, or they were saying that their places were full and they weren't, just to get the government money coming in. So that's a little update for you there. That's not a good way, not a good look for Thai tourism for sure. Gregory says, yep, I'll be there in September for 900 round trip. That's a good price, man. Good price. Our experience says so pertinent info. My girlfriend got sick, thought she had C, went to the hospital, no Q, thank God, just fever. But the info is it cost her or me 1,750 baht for the C test. Yeah, that's a Thai. The cheapest I found a test for a foreigner. The cheapest me personally, I found for the test is I think 2,750 baht. So 20, add another 1,000 baht to that, or another 30 US dollars. Pretty expensive. Tim says, but I will say this. This thing should teach every country in the world a valuable lesson. It definitely should. I agree with you, Tim. I agree with that 100%. Ross says the scams they were running were only getting them a bonus of 20 to 25% of the room rate after paying to all hands out to complete the process. Yeah, that's true. But it still looked bad. And I don't know. It didn't have a good look, good feel to it. There was a couple things on here I wanted to mention to you. Give me 1 second, guys. I apologize. I had it all lined up here so I wouldn't have to go through this. But oh man, I can't believe I can't find it real quick. Let me see if I can look on a different place and find some information for you guys. Here is the latest from Bangkok Jack. Let's see. Bradley says, I've heard similar news out of Germany. Hospitals saying they're at max capacity when they really only have a handful of cases at the location. Yeah, that's so they can get the government funds and there's seems to be a lot of scamming and stuff like that going on. So it's that's what happened when during the first round of all this mess. Ross says it was the hotel owners that were running the scams. Many of my wife's neighbors were telling her to do it as well, but you know how she is, never going to happen. Yeah, absolutely, Ross. Tim says, so if you come to Thailand and had the shots, how do you prove it? Do they give you a card letter when you get it saying you're good to go? Yes, and they're also looking at digital passports. I've seen a digital app that records it in your phone. There's many ways, but it's all going to go to digital at some point. It's going to go to digital. All right, Spirit says my girlfriend lives on Karat, and the rural location has a hand in the price. Yeah, that would be true. Thanks, Gregory, for Coca-Cola. I'm currently drinking Coca-Cola, even though I've started eating much healthier, because I realized how fat I'd been. For those of you that are just joining us, I want to remind you that channel memberships are available. They're only $2.99 a month. You can click the join or learn more button under the video, or if one of my moderators can put up the link to the channel memberships, because I will be putting out a channel membership video, members only video this week from the photo shoot that I had last week. Just stuff that I can't put on regular YouTube because it'll be demonetized for members, of course. And I don't think it'll be age restricted, but if I need to age restrict it, I will. That'll be available to channel members. Also have some interesting information coming up, and I will probably have a live stream from my vacation spot next week for channel members only. And there's going to be plenty of live streams for channel members only. So if you are not a member, thank you, Robert. Oh, wait. He deleted it. He'll put it back up in a second. If you're not a channel member, I strongly encourage you to become one, and I think you'll be pretty happy. Ross says at 10, you should get some proof you received magic shot and date received. Yep, definitely. Our experience says Nell just did it. He started his queue today. He only has a letter stating clean C test. Yep. I saw that he was back. Lyle says photo shoot. Yes. Yeah. In case you didn't miss the thumbnail for this live stream is from that photo shoot, and so is the thumbnail from one of my videos last week. Tim says, I haven't gotten it yet. Then again, I have not received a call from my VMAC to come and get it. Yeah, we should see Neil in Pattaya in 2 weeks. I agree. He should be there by then. Tim says, hey, speaking of Jeremy, saw your hotel review for the place you stayed at. Nice. Thanks, man. That's where we did the photo shoot, and that's also a very, very nice hotel in Bangkok, and I can strongly recommend people stay there. It's awesome. I do have some white glasses, but I don't wear them as much anymore just because my eyes are better. It is what it is. James Dean, hey James. James, thank you for all the comments on the videos this week. I really appreciate that, man. You've been going back and watching some old DoMoreLife videos, and I really appreciate that too. He says, hi Jeremy, do you know how many have gotten the magic shot in Thailand? Nice thumbnail, by the way. Thank you. To the best of my knowledge, I don't know of anybody that's gotten the magic shot here yet. I don't think they rolled it out until, if there has been anybody, it's been government workers and frontline workers. That would be the first people that would get it here. Oh, Robert says can't do because I'm watching on my phone. Okay. Ross says James Dean won. This time there are no magic shots going around Thailand yet. That's what I thought. Thanks for the confirmation there, Ross. Yeah, I didn't think there were any going around yet, but they were slated to begin. The first thing that I heard was they were slated to begin on Valentine's Day. So February the 14th is when they're supposed to start going around. I have no idea how long it'll be before an expat gets one. Maybe I'll get lucky because I have a work permit and I'll be like third tier or fourth tier instead of having to wait forever and ever. I don't know. And I'm gonna be honest with you. It also depends on where it comes from. I'll let me keep my mouth shut about that. Let's see. Jack says, hi, mate. Here in England, we hear about tourists going to Thailand, getting into fights with locals, ending up in hospital, etc. How common is this? Thanks. It depends on where they go. If they're in bars and closed spaces or in beer bars, open air beer bars, it's quite frequent. Not frequent in the case of like there's a hand-to-hand combat or anything, but the arguments and the you have the right to be stupid as an expat, which is the video I'm working on. Yelling, screaming, and just causing a scene where there doesn't need to be one. That happens a lot. But at the same time, there are some great people that come from England. I got one of my good friends. In fact, a couple of my good friends have come over from England that are expats. So fights with the locals, usually if you're going to get in a fight with a local, you've had to do something to a local, like what's things that you don't want to do. And I'll get into this more, like your nightlife entertainment. If you find a drinking companion and you do something to them, you can expect repercussions for that, stuff like that. Ross says the PM has said he does not want Thai people to be guinea pigs. Yes, he did say that. Jack Smith, I have not heard or seen that in 6 years of living here. I've seen it because I spent more time in those places. Let's see here. Let me scroll back up. I'm losing the comments. Could always come back to North Carolina and get one. Know that. Could, but just not worth the trip. Then I got to wait 14 days to get back in. Then I got to get my visa again. Tim says the problem is, but I understand your point there, where I believe. Tim says the problem, at least in America, is they have to convince the population that the shots are safe and effective because in America, drugs don't roll out to the public this fast. That's true. Our experience, Thailand was rated 4th in the world handling the pandemic. 1, New Zealand. 2, Taiwan. 3, Vietnam. Tim says, "Oh, great. Don't take my stupidity away. Without that, I got nothing." I just, I'm not taking anything away, bro. Ross says, "Our experience, they really have done a great job to control the spread. Such a great job taking care of the businesses and staff who have had to close." Yeah. There's no argument for that, really. I agree, Ross. Let's see. James says, "Overcharging you in the nightlife bar seems common." I think you're going to see a different route. In fact, I almost know you're going to see a different route when it comes to the nightlife and the entertainment districts. And when Thailand's tourism sector start to reopen, I mean really reopen, like without the queues and all this stuff, and you start seeing mass tourism again coming back in, you're not going to see the same Pattaya. You're not going to see the same Phuket. It's going to be different. I don't think you're going to see a lot of people trying to jack up the prices to make up for what they lost. I think what you're going to see, at least they may do that later on, but I think at least initially, you're going to see a lot of business owners just grateful to have clients back, right? To have people back in their businesses. And they're going to be running specials. Your entertainment host for the night may be running some kind of special as well. Tour packages, all that stuff. I've been reading, keeping up with all this. They're not looking to bust out in big bucks or anything. Hotels are not looking for a massive, price jump, that kind of thing. Brad Believe has become a DoMoreLife member. Thank you very much, sir. Welcome to the channel membership area. And you can now go to the community tab and go to the members area, and you can see what all we've been up to on there. Welcome, sir. And thank you for joining. But I feel like that the tourist areas are going to be, I feel like tourist areas are going to be much more flexible than they have been in the past. My personal opinion. Okay. I could be wrong, but based on my experience here in Thailand, that's how I feel. Gregory says, "Who wants to fight in paradise?" That's insanity. When the alcohol gets flowing, man, the brain goes bloop. Let's see here. What we got? James Ross says, "James, pay as you drink and not run a tab. You will never be overcharged." That's true. Another thing is, the check bins that they are usually a circular little piece of wood that they drop the tabs in. Stay away from the check bin by doing what Ross is saying. Pay for one drink at a time. You won't have to worry about it. If you do drink and use the check bin, you're buying lady drinks, whatever, that kind of thing, be sure that only one piece of paper is going in, and check it each time it goes in, because in the past they would put sometimes 2 or 3 in there. So be very careful. Be very careful when you do something like that. Ty Guy Bryce says, "Only people who get into fights, confrontations are the people who look for it. Be respectful and you will be good." I agree. I agree with that statement, Ty Guy Bryce. And Gregory, again, I agree with, come to paradise and you want to fight. But there are people here that look for either verbal altercations or physical altercations. There are plenty of people here that are on YouTube that look for the verbal or the physical altercations. Why? I have no idea. Maybe mommy didn't love them enough. Daddy didn't take care of them. I don't know. I have no idea. But whatever the reason, it happens. Obscure Sampology. Hello, sir. Tim says they're just looking to survive. If you're talking about the Thai people, yeah. They're looking to survive, and they will prosper for sure. Pray for it. What's up, man? Good to see you. Hi, Jeremy in chat. I'm already packed for Pattaya. Good for you, man. I know you will be one of the members coming over pretty soon, and I'm excited for that. Gregory says free ice, 20 baht. Yeah, like $20. Not a big deal. Ross says that prep for it. Don't just go to Pattaya. So many other great places to see and things to do. Nightlife like Pattaya can be found all over Thailand. That's a true statement. But there's at the same time, I can add that there is just no place like Thailand. That's for sure. Mark Porter says PayPal challenge. Okay. We won't be mad. I'm going traveling next weekend, so I'm not going to be mad at a PayPal challenge. If anybody wants to put one out there, that's fine with me. Even on Monkey Island, where I believe says even on Monkey Island. I'm not sure what you mean by that. Tim says, I used to be like, I won't start a fight, but I won't back down from one either. Back in my younger days. Now I'm like, why? It ain't worth it ever. It's not. Definitely not here. Definitely not here. There's no reason to fight ever. If you're in here and enjoying this content, give me a thumbs up. I greatly appreciate it. But there's no reason to fight here. No reason to fight. Just go on about your life and be happy. That's the best. I found that that's the best revenge you can possibly get is to worry about you and don't worry about other people. Darren says, fix the constantly changing visa requirements. Ooh, we have a PayPal. So let's see if it comes through on my email. It should. Yes, it did. So we have I was looking to see if you maybe put a note with that, and I don't see it. So I won't put his name out there, but a $6.96 PayPal. Hey, I'll take it. Thank you very much, sir. I appreciate that. That's me. Oh, Mark. Okay, he doesn't mind. He doesn't mind. So that was Mark. Thank you very much, sir. Appreciate the PayPal. And if you want to put a challenge out, just tell people how much you want them to meet. But thank you very much, Mark. Appreciate it. Darren says, fix the constantly changing visa requirements, make it like Latin America, 90 days visa on arrival, and renew for a total of 180 days per year. You got my vote, Darren. You definitely have my vote, but unfortunately, that's just not the way they do it here. I wish. James says, speaking of ice, is your ice drink safe in Thailand? Yeah, Ross explains that perfectly. If it's got a hole in the middle of it, it's been purified, it's safe to drink. If it does not have the hole, that means they probably made it there at their restaurant and it's tap water. Don't drink it. Tim says, the best revenge you can get is to live happily and try not to be a jerk and do right by others. If you do that, man, you're golden. And man, you are correct. I mean, you are correct. Definitely correct. There was one story on here that I wanted to read. Some of them I can't read because it's really getting bad over here, guys. It really is. Add to that, be kind to others, help when you can. That's true. Just do you and enjoy your life, says Anon. Absolutely. Look where it's gotten you. I know you're having the time of your life. You and Roger both. Tim says Ross added my brother. That's good. That's good. I can't read that story. That's just a bad one. That's just not a good look. Not a good look. Let's see what else we have here. Here's the story on the Phuket operator. Let's see what's happening with the. Can't use the whole word, brother. Sorry, man. YouTube rules, not me. But right now everything's pretty good. Hamilton, hello, good to see you. Ross says James anyone. I have been in and out of Thailand for 19 years, never gotten food poisoning. All right, I've been here. I get let's see, 18, 19, 20, 21, almost 3 years, and I've had food poisoning twice. So it just depends on one of those. Depends on what you eat, where you go, what you do, that kind of thing. So the Southern Resort. Here's some news for you. This is concerning Thai tourism and how to bring Thai tourism back, and what's going on in Thailand right now. The Southern Resort Island of Phuket is drawing up plans to fully reopen to vaccinated visitors by October to revive its rec tourism industry. More than a dozen, this is what I was explaining earlier. More than a dozen business groups, including the Phuket Chamber of Commerce and the Phuket Tourist Association, are planning to pool funds to magic shot 70% of the island's population above 18 without waiting for a government rollout. They are betting that it'll be safe to open the region to foreign tourists once the local population achieves that herd immunity. The plan, which will need government approval, also seeks to waive a mandatory 14-day queue requirement, a major hurdle for many potential travelers. And I agree with that 100%. Goes on to say this will allow thousands of people that have had the shot, Europeans who usually spend their winter months in Phuket, to visit, according to the president of the Tourist Association. The plan is the latest attempt to revive Thailand's tourism-reliant economy. An early initiative to reopen Phuket to international visitors faced several delays before being released in October, but response has been lukewarm as few travelers wanted to submit to the queue. A second wave has also come as a further setback, prompting a fresh round of economic stimulus to support businesses and individuals. He goes on to say, we can't, this is a direct quote, and this is from Bangkok Jack, but it's from the Mr. I have no idea how to pronounce his name. He says, we can't wait any longer. If we have to wait, we won't survive. This is the president of the association, represents about 300 members, including luxury resort and five-star resort hotel operators. If we miss this winter peak season, we'd have to wait another year. So they're trying to get it done by October. Under the plan called Phuket First October, the tourism industry will import the magic shots through private firms and may acquire shots from Sinovac, which would be the Chinese maker, and is expected to be approved by the Thai regulator this month. The government vaccine rollout is expected to achieve the herd immunity only by 2022, according to health ministry officials. Phuket could be a pilot site for Thailand, and once it's successful, the model can be rolled out to other destinations, citing the example of Seychelles, which last month announced queue waivers for the vaccinated visitors. So Phuket's been huge. It goes on to talk about the Phuket plan, how it's been a huge help for the Thai economy, and Lord knows I agree with them. I had a bunch of comments there. Let me catch up real quick and talk about them. There's Eric in Virginia. Good to see you, bud. And says, biggest thing I learned from all over the world is get your gut used to local bugs. Yogurt helps that process. Yes, it does. It does. Tim says, and whatever you do in Thailand, don't eat the durian fruit. Eric says, I would suggest not getting a shot. Yep, there's I could do a whole video on that. But if YouTube sees that word in my chat, they're going to investigate it, and I don't want them to investigate it. That is good information, Eric. I hope a lot of people got to see that. Very good information. And, I agree with you. Ross says, wash your hands before you eat. Also, if you see lots of Thais at a restaurant, that's usually the safe food. That's true. Red 92, I've had food poisoning more in Spain than Thailand. Wow. That's, I haven't heard that before, but that sounds odd. Tim says, Anon, in your opinion, I don't know what happened. Anon, I retracted this statement. Ross says, Anon 555, it's an acquired taste like sea urchin. Some love it, some hate it. Well, we must be talking about food then. Ross, very true statement. For example, I absolutely hate watermelon, love durian. Go figure. Wow. I love watermelon. I haven't had durian yet. I'm with you. I stayed away for a long time, then finally tried it. Very nice flavor. Tim says, well, it sounds like the Thai authorities understand the problem and they're dealing with it. They do, and they're dealing with it the best way they know how. You know, is it the most efficient way? Is it the most effective way? I don't know. And I don't think anybody does really, to be honest with you. But they're trying. It's coming to a point where this is utter desperation from Phuket. Okay, this is people becoming desperate. Crime is on the rise around the nation. I don't want to scare anybody. I'm just saying it's on the rise, and it's on the rise because people are trying to feed their families. It's not going to get any better until that queue is dropped. That is the main thing that are holding back tourists and tourism in Thailand. International tourism, that's the biggest thing holding it back. If you want to, you can't even really come over here and say that you really are going to take a vacation because you never know if you're going to have to go through a controlled zone or if there could be a small outbreak somewhere. There was just one that I read about this morning, but it was in some province I'd never heard of. They found 21 cases and put it in the super red zone. And Ross says they're doing the best they can with limited resources. I agree. It's like trying to build a business, right? Or trying to build anything, trying to build something that's sustainable. You're going to fail many times before you get it right. And I'm not saying Thailand is a failure by any means because they've done a great job. Their numbers are low, the whole 9 yards. But like the STV, right? It was supposed to be the savior, and it just didn't work. It's not Thailand's fault. It's just the situation that it was scrutinized under just didn't provide for the best option for people to travel in for your average person, and that's really the whole scheme that I look at when I look at Thailand reopening is can Thailand reopen to the average person, or are they just going to reopen to the wealthy, like the Chinese businessmen that come? It's I just don't know. I don't know, and that's the part that scares me a little bit. But we'll find out. Anon says just don't drink and have durian at the same time. I heard about that. Rocco, good to see you, bud. Heard me. That's interesting. I do like the read from the Wishful Thinking Foundation. Yeah, I hear you. Our experience says I'm not one of those guys, but you have seen what they are calling sea arm. Yeah. I know what you mean there, man. Hey, it at this point it kind of is what it is, and it's like the bottom line is you're gonna have to have some type of magic shot, and that's just going to be a fact for to be able to travel. I would assume I don't see any way around it in the future, and I think it's sad, but what can you do? Tim says, Ross, yeah, it sounds like it, and you cannot give him flack for that. And that's a good point. Prep for it says, just to explain myself, I have been to Pattaya before and love it. I will go to Pattaya again many times. When I am going to retire, I will motorbike my way all over Thailand until I find my new home. I hear you, Prep for it. There you go, bud. That sounds like a great plan. Ross says, and my favorite Thai fruit is mangosteens. Get purple fingers if you eat many of them. Asia Unscripted, what's up, my brother? Lots of talking to you coming up in the next couple months, probably. I'm gonna catch up your Vietnam experience and try to get you on a live stream at some point after you've been there a couple months and working and all that stuff. Bojangles in Thailand. Great question. I have not seen a Bojangles in Thailand. I would love to see a Bojangles in Thailand personally. That would be awesome. And I says love mangosteen as well. Even back home, I go to Eden Center to get durian smoothies or mangosteen smoothies because I miss the taste of both. Ross says prep for it. Better to get a car or a bike. I have now visited 60 of the 72 provinces by car. Anon says, I believe they have churches, but no cheddar boys yet. Ross says, Thai on Thai crime, not much Thai on foreigner. Yeah, I agree. That's true. That's true. Tim says, well, that is what I meant, or that is what I mean. The authorities understand it is desperate and are dealing with it. Yeah. And I says 20,000 C total. They smashed a recent amazingly quickly. Can't argue with the success. Yep, I'm going to remove that comment, but you are absolutely 100% correct. This has got too many keywords in there. You're right though. They controlled it quickly, and within a month, it's pretty much back to normal. Tim says, I built my business on my own, no bank loans, ran it for 15 years, then closed it still after 15 years, no bank loans, cleared out of my store. That's an awesome story. Ross says, I believe not seen a Bojangles yet, or a Popeyes, Arby's, In-N-Out, Chick-fil-A, or Taco Bell yet. Oh, I've seen the Taco Bell. They have 3 Taco Bells here. I've been in Taco Bell, the number 3 Taco Bell. It's in Central Pink Cloud. Central Pink Cloud. That's where it's at. I actually ate tacos there. But there are 3 Taco Bells in Thailand. Let's see. Our experience says, I'll get my shot. See my lady, period. Yep, I hear you. Ross says at 10, that's the way to do it. Ross says, I do not live in Bangkok or go there. I hate Bangkok, but if they ever get a Jack in the Box, I may have to go. Tim says, you say motorbike, I say scooter. Yeah, I hear you, man. And I says, DoMoreLife. FYI, Eden Center is a Vietnamese shopping center. That is very interesting. I was not aware of that. Thank you. Tim says in Thailand or in Bangkok. All I know is there are 3 Taco Bells in Thailand. They may all 3 be in Bangkok, Tim. I'm not sure 100% to answer your question. I just know there are 3 of them. That's all. Still waiting on White Castle. Oh man, I would love to have a White Castle burger. Prep for says nope. A motorbike is the best for some of Thailand's narrow roads. I like them better than cars. Good for you, bud. Do whatever makes you happy. Car, motorbike, whatever. Eric says off topic, but the commemorative Air Force here in Virginia just added Panchito B-25 Mitchell to Flightline. Now you can book flights at will. That's interesting. That's interesting information for me. That's cool, man. James says, come to Thailand just to eat fast food. Nah. Yeah, nah. If I didn't live here, I wouldn't eat any fast food or anything like that. Ross says, prepare for it. We just purchased a Honda Click 150. It's a nice size, nice medium-sized bike. Roger says, I'm back. Sorry, keeping 2 beautiful Thai ladies entertained. It's time-consuming. I know, man. It's got to be tough. It's got to be tough, right? And I says, off to the market. Y'all have a good day. You have a good day too, buddy. And take care of yourself, man. Glad you're over here and all safe. Ty Guy says, I missed the Cheesecake Factory. Man, that Cheesecake Factory over here. Woo. that would be that'd be a moneymaker. That's for sure. That would definitely be a moneymaker. Tim says, Roger, you poor lucky duck. I know, isn't he just so sad? Let's see. Oh, I forgot to tell you about this. I got a story for you here. If it'll pull up on my ridiculously slow internet. Pattaya launches another campaign to bring back tourists. This was February 3rd. Welcome back to Pattaya. Pattaya City has launched the Welcome Back Pattaya campaign to lure tourists back to the city as the situation continually improves. The campaign aims to attract domestic tourists and is expected to boost the local economy after many businesses in the province were ordered to close last month. Pattaya has officially opened to domestic tourism, mayor told the Pattaya News, adding that the city will abide by disease control precautions and measures. We welcome everyone. This is a quote from him. We welcome everyone to the new NEO Pattaya. We are ready to welcome domestic tourists. Many domestic tourists have already returned and visited Koh Larn. I want to do an update on the islands of Pattaya, because there's a lot of really cool islands off the coast of Pattaya. In fact, I have a whole playlist on this channel called The Islands of Pattaya. And if you go there, you can see some of the island experiences. It's pretty cool. I know, Roger. Somebody's got to do it. Short term. I understand, man. So, with Thailand's V plan expected to roll out this month, the Deputy Minister of Public Health says officials should look into bringing foreign tourists back to Pattaya. You think? He adds that strong health measures and precautions have been implemented in Chonburi, Rayong, Chonburi provinces that were previously classified as high-risk areas under maximum control during the height of the recent wave. Schools, entertainment venues, gyms, pools, among others, were allowed to reopen yesterday. This was February 3rd, remember. Travel restrictions for people entering the province were also lifted, said the Pattaya News. They're also doing random testing now, so they're doing like just random mass testing. About a man named Jay. Ross says a poor mountaineer barely kept his family fed. Hamilton says, I would like to go this summer to Pattaya. Do you think all will be okay? Hopefully. That's my answer, Hamilton. I wish I could tell you something better, brother, but I by this summer, I really believe the corner is going to be turned with this situation, and there are going to be more foreign tourists coming back. I think domestic tourism will be what it is. I don't know what the domestic tourism, like the Thais had a good time when they had they've added extra holidays this year to hopefully boost domestic tourism. But you got to remember, these Thais that have been out of work and have lost their businesses, they don't have any money. They don't have any money to go on holiday. So while it's a great idea, if nobody has any money, then I don't know how exactly that's going to work. But at the same time, Thailand always has a plan, and we're gonna let Thailand do their thing. Tim says, Roger, you put your tongue back in your mouth. Ross says, Hamilton, I would expect ASQ to still be in effect through summer, but things can change. Yeah, that's a very iffy for me. I'm not sure. I'm not sure that you can't get enough magic shots and other things before the end of summer or before the summer's over. But then again, you could be completely right, Ross. Law says, Ross, what are you drinking? Ross says it's 10 a.m. here, so coffee time. Hey, Pampon, good to see you. Chiefs or Bucks. I'm gonna, for the first time in my life, I'm gonna pull for Tom Brady. Just because I want to see him get number 7. That would just be awesome. In for historical measure, and the fact that he's, I think, 43 years old, would just be incredible. And to get out to leave the Patriots and come to the Bucks of all teams and make a Super Bowl run in his first year with the Bucks has been just, I don't know, it's been incredible. So got to give credit where credit's due. The man's awesome. He's definitely one of the greatest quarterbacks ever to play the game. I don't, like I said, I'm not a huge fan of him personally, but I am a huge fan of him in terms of the way he plays, of the player Tom Brady. Yes, hello again to Pamplon. Buck says Tim. Automatic says, bro, I believe Patriots or Steelers. Ross says, if you see ASQ reduced to 10 days before April, then expect by summer for ASQ to be lifted. Thailand likes baby steps. That is an excellent point, and one that I meant to bring up. However, I forgot to. But I'm glad you mentioned that, Ross, because 10 days, yeah, if you see it reduced down to 10 days, I would say around the April timeframe, then you're probably going to see it to be lifted by high season, by October. So we'll see. We'll see, man. It's going to be very, very, very interesting. If you hadn't hit the thumbs up button yet, please do so. Richard in Quezon City, Philippines. Not a fan of Tom Brady, but you have to respect what he has done. Go Cowboys. Yeah, exactly. Got to expect what he has done, or got to respect what he has done. 100%. 100%. Just can't. The guy loves to play the game, and he's very, very good at it. Whoa! Looks like we got a PayPal challenge coming up here. Let me see if the email comes in. Just got a big PayPal. Yep, there it is. All right. All right, guys. Let's see how much you want to do it. I can't show his name, so let me pull it down right here first, because that's his whole name. $30 super chat. $30 PayPal. And then he says, okay, people, let's get the ball rolling. The fund needs some help. Okay, so he didn't put out a challenge. He just put out the fund needs some help. The fund would love some help, and the fund will take all the help it can get. Yes, it definitely will, because I want to be able to bring you guys some good content after next weekend. And I'm definitely going with the right people, or per person, or people. I don't know yet. And we're going to have a good time for sure. Thank you very much, Mr. Eric, for that extremely large contribution that I very much appreciate tremendously. Also, Bangkok SkyTrain threatens to shut down. If you want more details on that, I'll read you the details, but I'm not sure that that's something that everybody would be interested in right now, like this. Ross says, Thai New Year. They do not want to miss that huge tourism dollars 2 years in a row. That's true. If JC is traveling next weekend, he could use the extra boost of travel money. 100%. 100% on that. Our experience says Canada is charging the reverse queue when you come home, queue for 3 days at $2,000 a pop per person. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. Crazy. Holy shizmizer. Shizmizer. Roger McGee has just blown up the PayPal. Thank you. Love you, man. I know you're having a good time. I appreciate the heck out of it. $50. And he's got a note there. He says, I'd like to thank DoMoreLife for all the help and encouragement. I'm literally having the time of my life and only 4 days in. Thanks, JC. You are more than welcome, sir. And I am so glad that you are having the time of your life, brother. I really am. And I really appreciate your contributions always to the channel. They really help keep us going. They really do. And if we had a few more like that, probably pay for the whole trip next weekend. So that would be awesome. And yeah, that Ross has a point. The extra boost of travel money would certainly come in handy for sure. I'm very grateful for all you guys that contribute, Super Chat, PayPal, whatever the case may be. Very, very grateful. And again, it's up to you. It's contribution. It's an investment in the content that you're going to get. That's it. And Ross has a channel too, by the way. In case you guys don't know that Ross has a YouTube channel, you can always go check out Ross's YouTube channel. He's done some series over there, or he's working on some series over there. You might find interesting. That's a crazy lot of money already experienced, by the way. Tim says, don't go home then yet. That's true. Family of 4 equals 8K. That's a car. Bradley says, good old Jolly Roger. Roger's a good man. He is a good man. He's been around the channel for a long time. And he is literally having the time of his life over here, man. He really is. Ross says, on a different topic, if you like car restoration videos, I discovered a channel called Vice Grip Garage. The guy is very funny as he finds old cars and brings them back to life. That's like a old version of Pimp My Ride, sort of, I guess. That would be cool. Eric says, hey, Roger, what part of Thailand are you hanging out in? I'll let Roger answer that if he wants to. I know where he is, but I'm not going to give that out. Ross says, I have a new video out last night about eggs. Oh, yeah. Oh, I saw the thumbnail about that, too, and I just didn't have time to watch it, but I saw the thumbnail. Roger is in Wahan, but leaving today. And wherever you go, Roger, just keep having fun, man. Just keep having fun. And enjoy your retirement, enjoy your stay, enjoy your life over here in Thailand, because you got it made, bud. You got it made. You got a woman. You got a seem to be financially set. So you really couldn't ask for very much more in terms of being able to come over and just really enjoy Thailand. And you're here at a time when there are virtually no tourists. There are a few, but virtually no tourists in these very touristy areas like Wahan, very touristy area. Other places like Nong Khai, for example, a lot of expats up there. But the tourism is not there. So other places, Koh Chang, all the islands around Krabi, Raleigh Beach, down in that area, places that I just recently went to, that there are no tourists, and it's a different kind of feeling when you're around and you have all those incredible moments and you're by yourself, man. It's awesome. Autumn says, it's my turn next. Just will not do the queue. I understand completely, Autumn, and I can't blame you. Cannot blame you at all. Tim says, has anybody ever seen? Yeah, we know. I'm pretty sure everybody knows about him. But as far as tourism reopening in Thailand, I think we're going to be looking better than what we thought we were. I hope so, anyway. Because my plan for not only this channel but for life stuff has got to do with Thailand bringing back tourists. and hopefully in that process things will get done. I would do a one-way queue, but not both ways. Yeah, yeah, that makes sense. Our experience, like if you're coming over to Thailand, just come to stay for a very very long time, so that way you wouldn't waste your money. Personally, I don't encourage people to hang out and wait for the non-queue, but at the same time, um, that's selfish of me because I want tourists back in Thailand so the economy can pick up and Thailand can prosper again. But I don't want people that don't have the money to spending it on queue when you spend 2 weeks just staring out a hotel room window. That's incredibly selfish. So um, I just want to see everything open back up. I want to see expats happy again. I want to see expat. I want to see traveling expats. I want to see my DoMoreLife family get together over here. I think that would be awesome, and we can make that happen eventually. As soon as I get freed up and get these additional streams of revenue going and the whole 9 yards. But that's another plan. I'll be talking to channel members about that. Eric says, "Hey Roger, did you go directly to Thailand? Did you come in through Vietnam, Cambodia, etc.? Are you retiring there?" Those are good questions. Eric says, "I'm selling one of my homes in May. That will free up a bunch of time and money for me. I'm ready for Thailand." I hear you, Eric. That's a pretty big deal. If you're selling a home and it frees up time and money, I mean, that's if you got more liquid cash, or it doesn't have to be liquid, but if you got more money in the bank, or less assets to worry about, but nevertheless you have I'm sure a home is an appreciating asset, so I'm sure you're going to come out on top of that deal, and that's good. It's a very good thing. That much more money for Thailand. And not sure how your pilot's license will work over here. I haven't checked on that. I would be interested to find that out, because if you can fly, me and you got to get together. Well, we got to get together anyway, but I'm saying if you can fly, we got to get together and take a Cessna or something, or just bring your King Air. Just fly over in the King Air, and then everything will be good. Roger says he flew direct to Bangkok and he is retiring. So Roger's not going anywhere, and that's a good thing. We need good expats, man. We do. We need good expats, and I believe Roger is one of those good expats. So I think it's I think it's a great thing. I really do. I really do. I'm trying to find anything else that had to do with Bangkok. Jack posted one thing that says most Thai provinces now have not had any new cases for at least 7 days. By the way, there was a Thai fisherman, that found a rare orange pearl worth $330,000. Woo! Tampon is taken, Mark. And yes, she is a very beautiful woman. Bright Belief says 25 years until retirement. Wow. Hey, it may be the same for me too, man. I put together a 10-year plan where I can retire when I'm 50. I just turned 40 in November, but you never know. You just never know. I might be working forever and ever and ever and ever and ever. I don't know. But I feel your pain on 25 years. Eric says, I wonder what customs would charge me to bring King Air in. I don't know. That would be interesting. That would be a great video for me to make. Now, how much does customs charge for a King Air entrance fee? That would be that would be good. Drivers over 70, some of you guys might need to know this. Drivers over 70 are now to attend fitness testing. Just to let you guys know. Peter Clayton says, if I cannot get back till near the end of the year, it will be 2.5 years since I left for 6 months in August 2019. Peter, I'm sorry to hear that. I'm sorry to hear that. But please, I got to remove your comment because we don't curse. YouTube don't like it when we curse. I'm sorry to hear that though, man. I really am, and hopefully that Q restriction gets lifted. And I hope you can get back over here, man. I really do. I hope that anybody that wants to come to Thailand can get to Thailand, and I think that is that's my goal, is to help people get to Thailand, and it's also going to be my goal to give them something to do once they get to Thailand. That's part of my long term plan. Our experience says, congrats, Roger. Equals enjoy, bro. Absolutely. 100%. I'm so excited for Roger and Anon for getting here and doing their thing. And there's other people that are part of this channel, part of this community that have done it. And I'm very happy for them as well. Lyle says, my plan is to win the lottery. There you go. Hey, whatever works, right, Lyle? Whatever works, buddy. Ross says, Automan Asia. CB Media has gotten some unwanted attention from some recent comments he made regarding Thai police and bribes. That's why you got to be careful. Sometimes bloggers over here, especially when they have a lot of success, and he has had a lot of success, if you get too cocky, I always tell you guys, when you step off the plane, leave your ego on the plane. Always leave your ego on the plane. You do not have the same rights here that you have at home. I don't care what anybody says. You don't have them. And that's why I'm so careful in the comments or in the sections here. That's why I hold all my comments for review, because if you disrespect Thai government, police, talk about corruption or something like that, you can forget it. It's going to come back to you, and it's probably not going to come back to you in a very good way. And it could lead to things like, depending on what law they consider you have broken, it could lead from anything to a small fine, to jail time, to deportation, to jail time, a fine, and deportation. So you have to be careful, and you can't get cocky. You cannot get cocky over here, especially on YouTube or social media, Facebook. And I'm not talking, this is not directed at CB Media. This is just in general. You just can't get cocky doing that stuff, guys. You can't, because you can't talk that way over here. Go to my series, What Not to Do as an Expat in Thailand, and you will start to learn some of the basics. I'm still working on that series, but go over there and you will learn some of the basics of what you can and cannot do, what you can and cannot say, and why some of the things are so different here in Southeast Asia versus like the Western countries, America, for example. You have to be careful. But yeah, Ross, you have a fair point there. I did not know that. Roger says, I'm out of here. Got to run. Okay, Roger, love you, buddy. Appreciate it. Have a great day. Enjoy, and just keep enjoying, man. DoMoreLife Tourism Company. Not exactly, Robert, but headed somewhere in that direction. Eric says, someone just Olson $8 billion over here. Someone just won $1 billion over here. Okay, gotcha. I know they had the $1 billion lottery, but I didn't know if anybody had won over there or not. So yeah, if you won $1 billion lottery over there and you came to Southeast Asia to retire, you could pretty much live like a king, and never have to worry about anything. I don't think you would have to worry about anything ever. It doesn't take that much to survive over here. After you get settled, startup costs. Ross did an amazing video on that's on this channel. I titled it, not Ross. I want people to think Ross titled this. I titled it to get people's attention, the exact amount of money you need to retire in Thailand. Now, it's not a false. It's not a false statement because Ross gives you a formula with a set of numbers, and that would be the exact amount of money you needed to retire in Thailand. But you can plug your own numbers in there. He catches a lot of flack for it. I put the comments through every once in a while. He goes through the comments and makes people understand what he's trying to say. And sometimes I'll jump in there as well. But it's a good video, and it explains if you don't want to work and how much you're going to need to get started, how much are you going to need to pay yourself a month, how much you're going to need to survive a month, how much you're going to need to live a month as well. Coming over here to Thailand just to survive is pointless. It's pointless. I don't know why. I just don't know why people would do that. Coming over here to make a better life for yourself, I'm thumbs up all the way for that, bro. Coming over here with a mediocre income, looking to boost it up, that's pretty much what I'm doing. And it's working so far. So it's very slow, very, very slow, very slow, very slow. But I'm starting to get some affiliate requests and maybe some sponsorship deals here. And hopefully we'll have some sponsored videos coming up. And if that happens, then you guys will know DoMoreLife is growing. And that's always a good thing. Always a good thing. Eric says, I think it was around 400K. 400,000. Oh, is that after taxes, or are you saying they only won around 400,000? Doesn't matter if you win 400,000 US dollars. Come to Thailand, you're going to be fine, more than fine. Thai sponsors, I don't. I believe I'm not sure I can take Thai sponsors. Not sure I can do that. I do have a work permit, but it would have to be. I would have to clear that with the Ministry of Labor. I would have to clear that with the Ministry of Labor. I know I can take foreign sponsors, but because my YouTube channel is based in America, and I can have this YouTube channel because of my work permit, because this is an educational channel, which follows my not educational visa, but my work permit is for the ability to teach and educate. I don't want to survive. I want to live. 100%. 100%, Lyle. I agree with you, bud. Good point, I believe. Taking Thai sponsors is not impossible with a work permit. I do know that because I know other vloggers over here that are sponsored by Thai companies and corporations, that kind of thing. So just getting into the nitty gritty and finding out what exactly I would need to do, that would be different. You see many people flying drones there. Not when I'm on vacation, and when I say vacation, I mean when I'm traveling and getting content for you guys. When I do that, I see people flying drones, but I don't see people flying drones around Bangkok very often. That's so my order of things to get is the iPhone 12, which I'm going to pay for that. That's not good. That's not coming out of channel fund at all. So that you guys know, the contributions, the channel fund, the PayPals, all that stuff, that goes into a fund that pays for traveling, pays for equipment for the channel, and anything that the channel itself needs. Does not pay for my groceries, my lights, my bike payment. It doesn't pay for any of that stuff ever. So with where was I going? With the drones. That's why I would like to get my after I get my iPhone, which I'm going to use the stimulus check that we'll be getting from America to get that. So after I get the iPhone 12, and you're probably saying, why do you got to have an iPhone? Well, because I have an iPhone 7 Plus, and this thing is just, it's out of date. All of it, all parts of it's out of date. So I might as well get the newest. I'm not getting the big boy. I'm just getting the 12 Pro for the camera, not the 12 Pro Max, which has an even bigger camera and it's a bigger phone, that kind of thing. So don't think I'm trying to go all out here. But I'm finally going to go Mac, because Mac has put out the MacBook Air is all I need. I don't even need the MacBook Pro. I just need 16 gigs RAM version of the MacBook Air. You're talking $12.99 for that. And then I'm going to look at the Mavic Mini 2 because it's so small. It in America anyway, it would fall under most of the FAA requirements, and the same thing applies here in most cases. So that's kind of my plan, because I'd love to have a drone when I go out and travel for you guys. I told you that this is turning into more of a lifestyle channel, and that is true. But when I do go travel, I would still like to have the drone for epic shots. Eric says I have a small fleet of them. And what about RC airplanes and stuff? I wonder if there are any clubs there to fly. That's a good question, Eric. Good question. Autumn says tough laws about drones in Thailand. That is true. They do have tough laws here. That's true. Yeah. And when you check into it, Eric, let me know. I would love to hear any and all new laws, old laws. Love to hear it. I got a Magic Mini, 248 grams. It's a blast. It sounds like it. Tim says he has an Android. I need that. I need the Apple because I need to stay in that ecosystem. It's just a workflow thing. Brad Believe says, I wonder if you could obtain credit using membership as receivables. That's a good thought. Matt, yeah, I knew what you meant, Maverick. Tim says, I want to get a GoPro one of these days, but you can certainly, now's a good time to get the brand new GoPro 9. They got a big discount on memory card, extra battery, and something else. I just saw it the other day. It was advertised. So that might be something you want to look at, Tim, because the GoPro 9's got some features that no other GoPro has ever had. And it would be, I would get it, but I already have a GoPro 7, and I don't really need another GoPro. Like I don't need another GoPro right now. So I have my my old Canon camera, the little M50, that camera, and it does good time lapses, things like that. But I primarily shoot with the one I bought recently, which was the Olympus OMD EM1 Mark III, I think is how you pronounce all that, right? They have a 9 already. I still have a 5. Oh, you talking about GoPro? Yeah. Yeah, the GoPro 9 is pretty cool. You can live stream from it. They got a lens you can put on there that you can flip it, turn it, do whatever you want to, but it never breaks the horizon. Like it keeps the horizon flat at all times. It's pretty cool. And these are things, if you're coming, like these are things that people will spend their money on before they come to Thailand, before they come over here as tourists, before they come spend their money. They want to make sure they have something to capture that time with, right? So they will buy a GoPro or an iPhone or a camera of some kind, all that stuff. I ordered a ring light. I have a big ring light, but I ordered a small ring light to go on the phone with him. Eric says, speaking of GoPros, if anyone needs extra entertainment, search YouTube for first minute odds and kick back with a drink. Watch the fun. That's true. That's true. I'm removing that, but you got you got a good point there. Those guys are the people that do that are interesting. I'll leave it at that. But with that being said, guys, I'm gonna get the photos edited today, and I'm gonna put together a video of those pictures with some sound, and that will be for members only. I also have some video in there too that I'll use slow-mo. from the behind the scenes, the shooting, not the shooting, the taking of pictures. I'll have some slow-mo video in there, and we'll have a bunch of pictures from the photo shoot itself. And that will be a members only video. So if you're not a member of the channel, please look below and hit learn more, or the membership button should be there in blue, should be outlined in blue. And go there, become a member. Brad Believe, thank you for joining today. I do appreciate it. Thank you so much, guys, for the financial contributions you made. My man in Brooklyn kicked in a couple super chats. I appreciate that. And we had some PayPals from 3 people, including Eric and Roger. And we also had Mr. MP. And thank you for that, sir. I appreciate it very, very much. Welcome for the live, guys. Where is Stuck in Florida? I have not seen him today. That makes my heart hurt a little bit. I will see you all in less than 24 hours. We should have a live stream tomorrow at 9 a.m. Bangkok time again. And I think we will work on that. We'll keep it on the tourism stuff and work on that sexy acronym, what it stands for. Here in Thailand, and their plan for it, and we'll talk about it. Gregory, yes, that was you with the super chats. That's what I was talking about. 10 says later, I'll take care, Jim. You got it. Good night, bro. Good night, everybody. That's going to bed. And for those of you just starting your day over here in this area, I hope you have the best day ever. Whatever you do today, be sure to do more life. I love you guys. Thank you so much for everything. I will see you on the next one.